What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Judio, and I'm back again with a new video. Today we're going to be reacting to Favela Lockdown, Brazil's gang fighting COVID-19. I'm super excited to get into this one because I find the title very fascinating and appealing at the same time. So without wasting your time, let's check it out.
Não deixamos ninguém na favela depois das 2 horas da tarde até as 8, porque estão dando toque de recolher. Sempre garantimos que ninguém esteja na rua depois das 8. Aplicamos esse toque de recolher porque não queremos que o vírus se espalhe. Também precisamos proteger a nossa comunidade aqui dos gringos, entendeu? Então nós tá fazendo essa...
So the gang initiated a lockdown. Wow.
In favelas across Brazil, local banditos, the gang members, are stopping some of their usual activities to prevent a coronavirus outbreak in their neighborhoods. 1.5 million live in Rio's favelas. Many are squeezed into districts in the center of the city, and the residents know that the consequences of an outbreak could be devastating for poor communities like this one, with little access to healthcare. These areas are normally off limits to camera crews, but the banditos, they have given us exclusive access on the condition we don't reveal their identities or location.
Eu só faço uma parte da facção, né? A facção é tipo um crime organizado. Tá esse vírus, quarentena, as pessoas podem circular, como todo mundo tá vendo aí. Como que aqui é o centro? Aqui a maioria dos viciados é os trabalhadores, os comerciantes, que passa aqui, velho. Então isso afetou sinistro aqui as vendas. O bagulho tá de verdade.
O toque de recolher da comunidade está sendo 100% rígido. Ninguém está mais saindo de casa, todo mundo em suas casas.
Despite drug sales being down, the instructions coming from the gang leader is to impose a curfew on all the residents. This is in stark contrast to...
Yeah, that is actually wise. This is how gangs were started in the first place. It was made to protect the community, So I like the fact that it goes back to the roots, to the origin,
The leader of a country, Bolsonaro, who has told people to go back to work and reverse lockdowns put in place by regional officials.
Pelo meu histórico de atleta, caso fosse contaminado pelo vírus, não precisaria me preocupar.
Brazil's far-right president is failing to take the epidemic seriously and has ignored World Health Organization guidelines. When the 19th of April, he was filmed with his supporters at a rally in support of a military takeover, coughing into his hand as he spoke. Mr. X is a local captain, responsible for other banditos, and has been assigned the task of mixing hand sanitizer together using rubbing alcohol and whatever other materials he can find. And unlike Bolsonaro, he follows the guidelines.
Álcool 70, babosa, acetona. Usar contra o coronavírus, Covid-19, prevenir.
Eu não gosto muito de tocar nessas paradas de política não, mas como presidente da república, porra, prefiro o Lula. Já Bolsonaro não gosta de preto, povo periférico, povo de favela.
Tá aí, o álcool em gel natural, preparado.
Natural alcohol or natural hand sanitizer.
E distribuir máscara, luva, álcool em gel, ajudando o morador, porque não adianta ter o tráfico, mas o morador é o coração da favela.
Eu acho bom o tráfico, o crime organizado distribuir álcool em gel, porque é um meio deles ajudarem a comunidade.
This is very beautiful. They are doing what they can to help. I mean, in times like this, the world needs this kind of love, this kind of care, this kind of like sharing. It's beautiful to see, man. When you think gangs, you think violence, crime, and everything horrible. But to at least be able to tell this story at some point in a lifetime that this kind of thing happened and this is how it was addressed by the gang is beautiful. Like, I applaud them for this.
In favelas like this, the gangs are in charge. The only visible government institution here are the armed police that come in to do raids. After Bolsonaro's allies in Rio vowed to slaughter the drug gangs, the police killed around 5 people every day last year. The vast majority people of color, including an 8-year-old girl. But police have had to cancel 3/4 of their operation due to the coronavirus shutdown, and the effects have already been felt, with 60% drop in the killings in Rio's favelas.
Does it mean the government or the police killed more people? Because if the death dropped by 60% because there were lesser police raids, that would mean the police raids killed more people. I mean, I might be wrong though, so please feel free to correct me in case my context or my calculation is wrong.
Dependeu tipo de hospital do governo, nós nunca dependeu de nada deles não, mano. Nós sempre achamos nosso jeito, vários amigos já foram baleados, várias pessoas já dependeu de par. Nós não dependemos do Estado pra nada, a realidade é essa, pô.
Quem manda é nós, pô. O governo não me ajuda em nada não, mano. O governo só quer saber de me prender, de me matar, entendeu? Sou contra eles.
Brazil is one of the most unequal countries on the planet. Oxfam attributes the everyday violence of the favelas to the extreme inequality. In a country where the 6 richest men own as much as the poorest 50% of the population, more than 100 million people. But for the people that live here, between the violence and the widespread poverty, this virus is just another thing to worry about.
Só tô esperando a ligação do meu patrão para ele decidir para onde a gente vai hoje. Os álcool já estão aqui.
Mr. B is in his early 20s and is head of security for a gang in another favela in Rio.
The guns they're carrying though, those are like military grade weapons. Those are big guns. Bro.
Atingiu a rotina das pessoas, diretamente a parte de alimentação, a parte de trabalho, que muitas pessoas foram demitidas do seu trabalho.
Aqui o movimento é fraquinho mesmo, mas é pouca coisa mesmo.
Obrigado, tá?
Nada, gente.
As vendas caíram bastante, né? As pessoas ficam preocupadas.
Como eu não tenho trabalho para comprar álcool ou comprar qualquer outro tipo de coisa, tem muitas pessoas também na comunidade que não têm condições.
As oportunidades que o governo oferece são poucas. Eles são muito capitalistas. Eles não pensam na sociedade, nas pessoas mais pobres. O Bolsonaro é um ditador. Ele tenta mascarar isso de todas as formas, mas não consegue. O Bolsonaro é um ditador. O Bolsonaro matou Marielle, todo mundo sabe disso.
Eu trabalho na rua com carrocinha vendo docinhos, né? E infelizmente com essa pandemia, a necessidade de nós nos recolhermos em casa, né? Eu não posso trabalhar, não estou tendo renda.
When the tourism trade, restaurants, and shops closed in March, it shut off the income of the favela, and many are now relying on food parcels. Although the populist Bolsonaro wants to keep the poor on his side by offering them a small basic income during the COVID shutdown, many don't have bank accounts or smartphones, both of which are needed to access support payments. The price of food and basic goods has also risen sharply in recent months as a result of Brazil's existing economic crisis. But at least in these favelas, the cost of protective equipment is being paid for by the banditos.
Tô sempre passando álcool gel na mão, entendeu? Sempre de máscara, entendeu? Eu sou ruim, pô, entendeu? Esse vírus aí não me pega não, pô. Vai pegar o banquinho lá da Zona Sul.
The main outbreak in Rio has come from its upper-class districts in the South Zone, thought to have been brought in by the wealthy jet-setters that live here. In March, a housemaid working in the district died after she caught the virus from her employer, who had just returned from a holiday in Italy. Unlike the maid or those living in the favelas, the South Zone has access to some of the best doctors in the world, and its residents can easily afford the recent price hike in protective equipment like face masks and gels. In favelas like the one Mr. X lives in, there isn't a single doctor or healthcare facility.
Na Barra da Tijuca tu não vai. Tá faltando remédio.
Life is truly not fair. You know, the people, they are here doing their own hustle, doing their own thing, and then the virus comes to them and they can't take care of themselves. Like, life is not fair, bro.
Falta de oportunidade, falta de insanidade, falta de saúde, falta de educação. Isso tudo por causa do Estado.
O gringo vem pra cá, vai destruir a favela.
Toque de recolher porque não queremos que o vírus se espalhe. Também precisamos proteger a nossa comunidade aqui dos gringos, entendeu? Então nós tá fazendo essa...
The threat of violence is never far away in the favelas. Our camera crew was exposed to this reality during the filming of this report, when a gunfight broke out and they had to make a quick getaway. Unfortunately, Mr. X was shot 3 times. He survived and is now out of the hospital.
Em relação a mim, tô assustado sim, mas com a minha família, minha mãe, minha avó, minha tia, tem 4 filhos, isso sim me assusta. Toque de recolher. 8 horas da noite, todos em casa. Situação que pode vir se agravar muito mais. E o governo não olha isso, cara. E é o que deixa nós mais chateados.
Fique em casa, porra!
That's the end of the video. Whew. That's a video that gives you some kind of mixed feeling. You know, I'm not really an advocate for gangsterism, but after seeing what they did there in their own capacity, helping their communities, I must really commend that, you know, give credit to who credit is due. That was a very touching video. And also Mr. X, after, you know, being a part and helping these people film, he got shot. You know, the violence in gangsterism, that's for the most part why I don't encourage it. Because I had an adopted brother that was chopped off, you know, he was butchered because of gang affiliations. So I don't encourage gangsterism in any way. But as far as what they've done to help the communities, that's beautiful. I must say that's beautiful, bro. Let me know what you guys think of that video. If you want us to bring more like that to the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section. This is the end of this video. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a very wonderful day. Peace.